Hey everyone, today's devotion is coming from 2 Samuel, the ninth chapter, verse 1. So, we're going to talk about blessing your enemies, but before we get into it, let's go over the scripture verse. It says, David asks, is there anyone still left of the house of Saul to whom I can show kindness for Jonathan's sake? So, think about that scripture when it says, is there anyone else left in the house of Saul? Why Saul? Because if we think about the story where David was anointed king of Israel, King Saul was jealous of him and he didn't like it, and he definitely did not like David. So he pursued him in the wilderness. He just constantly just pursued, tried to kill David. So David remained loyal to Saul despite the fact that he wanted him killed. And David had in his mind that he refused to pay Saul back. So when David got to a point in his life, like way later in his life, where he was enjoying the amazing success that God gave him, he had the favor of God on his life. And David, a lot of people thought David had forgotten about what Saul did or how Saul hated him, but he didn't. He did not forget. So David ended up saying, back to the scripture, 2 Samuel 9 and 1, is there anyone still left of the house of Saul? See, once you go and read that story, you'll understand what they're saying in this scripture. Whom I can show kindness to for Jonathan's sake. So that is why, one of the reasons why it said in the Bible that David was a man after God's own heart. So in turn, as we apply this today, we would say Jesus say we are to love our enemies, do good to and bless those who hate us, and pray for those who mistreat us. Will you love somebody who hasn't been good to you? Ask yourself that question. Will you let go of the anger, the resentment, and the bitterness and bless and be good to them? When you do, you're the kind of person whom God can entrust with greatness and use for the highest purposes. I was just sharing with my daughter today that it's a constant battle between the flesh and the spirit. But if when we read these scriptures and if we can walk in what the word is saying, there's such joy at the end. You reap the benefits at the end. It's a blessing at the end. But there is that struggle with that flesh versus the spirit. But try it. Please try it. And you will come out on top. Thanks for listening and have a great day.